Okay, good morning. Today is Transgender Day of Remembrance, and it's a day that's kind of observed all around the world, and it's one of the days in the year, I guess, that really focuses on trans people specifically, and it was observed to pretty much commemorate and memorialize our trans siblings who have been taken from us. And I use those words specifically because the memorialization of our trans siblings are for those who have been murdered, who have been taken away from us in violent ways. Now on this channel I have spoken about how trans and gender diverse persons are incredibly vulnerable, not just here in South Africa but globally, and that's a thing that I think runs with pretty much every video that I've posted, and I make a purposeful effort to highlight these things, particularly when I talk about visibility of trans and gender diverse persons. Broadly, when I talk about visibility on platforms like this, it is a difficult day for many people, and for me personally it's one of those days where I tend to shut myself off from the world. It's very traumatic in a number of ways for me personally. I guess to some degree the day highlights just how vulnerable we are. It highlights how trans persons and trans bodies are stigmatized, how violence gets perpetrated against us on a daily basis. And so processing the day is a lot. Lists of names get published of those who have been murdered, and these are often people that you know. The community is very intimate, very small, so these are people that we know, and the mourning is very, very real. Now I'm not the kind of person who traditionally mourns people passing away, you know, like going to funerals and kind of that stuff. I hate going to funerals, so I don't mourn in that kind of way, but I do get very deeply introspective and I do withdraw because it's a lot, and I sometimes don't like being vulnerable in that kind of way on Trans Day of Remembrance. That said, also in it being a day of remembrance, it for me is also a day of reflection on my own life, on my own position, where I am, how far I've come, where my community sits, more specifically here in South Africa, and the ongoing issues and problems that we face. And that is a lot to deal with, to be very honest. But at the same time, while I recognize those who have been taken from us, I'm also recognizing in my own life how much I am grateful for what I have, and really truly I am. I mean, I've also been really lucky and really blessed to be able to move into a space where I'm able to work for a trans-specific organization, you know, that kind of advocates and works towards the realization of trans rights, I guess, in South Africa, and that's been an extraordinary privilege, I think. I always say that I don't like speaking on behalf of other people, and I always position what I say and my content that these are my own views. So I do recognize that being able to advocate in those kind of spaces is an extraordinary privilege. And I'm very, very humbled by that. I'm also very humbled by the fact that I get to create content like this for you, for ever how long I can, I guess. So, yeah. I don't know if this is relevant to anybody, but there was a study that was done in the US a while ago, and they found that the average lifespan of trans women are 35 years old. 35! I'm 32 now, which means that on statistical average I should be dead in 3 years. That's a very scary reality to face, I guess, on a daily basis. I talk about being visible and being public about my life And while many of my videos are made in spaces of joy, while they show me doing all these amazing things, which I really honestly do love doing, the things that many people don't see behind the scenes are when the discrimination and the violence becomes very, very real. And this is something that happens on a daily basis. So I guess I'm taking this opportunity to share with you the gravity of the day, share with you my feelings about the day, because it's not easy. It's also not a very nice narrative to be known for, you know, as a community who is so vulnerable and who are effectively murdered all the time. This year we've lost a lot of people, a lot, more than usual, and that is very, very sad. So it's difficult to talk about it. So I'm filming this a week in advance because I don't think I'd be able to film this on Transgender Day of Remembrance on 20 November. So I'm not one to necessarily tell people what to do, tell people how to live their lives. But if this video is reaching you and you have sat through it to now, thank you for watching. Thank you for highlighting visibility for trans women. Thank you for highlighting visibility for our community, and I'm hoping that to some degree that my content and the things that I've been doing in some way has positively contributed to the visibility of the community in highlighting certain of our struggles. And more importantly, I think highlighting our joys, that we are whole people, that we are just as human and just as valuable as any other person. I know this is not quite the traditional tone that everybody expects from this channel, but it is what it is, and today is that day. So if you've been enjoying this content, please remember to hit that subscribe button and turn the bell on for notifications. And you can head over to Instagram and follow me there for more videos and stories. Okay, I'm gonna try and have some resemblance of a nice day. So I will see you in the next one. Ciao.